The 2023 Tim Holtz exclusive Stamptember collaboration is here. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. I love this set from Tim. It feels a little different and it's so whimsical and so sweet, and I had so much fun playing with this. So, as you know, Stamptembers are exclusives, and when Tim's set is gone, it is gone for the year. To see the card that I created with the stamp set, stick around. Oh wait, there's more too. It's not just a stamp set. You'll have to stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the Tim Holtz exclusive Stamptember release for 2023, and I am really excited to use this because I think the illustrations are absolutely adorable, and I love this little typography. I love little greetings, so I'm excited to play with this. So let's start with some stamping. So I want to start out with Santa. I want to use this little guy first. Now these are the cling style stamps, which Tim Holtz is known for. And so in order to use this in my Misti, I'm going to have to take my grip mat out. Ooh, that's very stuck in there. Okay, little upper body workout here. We're doing great. And let's do it this way. I am going to put in a piece of cardstock. Now, I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm doing, but I have an idea, and I think it involves painting. So while I'm here, I believe I should probably take 2 items because I have an idea for a couple cards. Now, whether or not this works, well, it remains to be seen. But I'm going to use these 2 images to start, thinking of 2 separate cards. And what I will do, are we in the corner here? We are. I'm going to be using my Versafine ink pad because I'm painting. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of excited about this. And I love that red rubber stamps just, they go great right out of the gate. You don't need to really prime them or do anything to them. So we're going to bring this down, and I'll just use my little pressure tool here. Oh, those look great. All right, I will clean this up, and then I'm going to grab some distress inks to do some painting. All right, I've got some classic Santa colors. I've got a couple inexpensive paintbrushes, and well, I think we're just going to see what we can do. I'm going to put some music on, hopefully something merry, and let's start painting, shall we? This is not the world's greatest painting, but it is whimsical and it is cute, right? The images are just so cute. I'm going to fussy cut these off camera and then proceed with my finished card designs. So those are my cutouts, and I think they look really decent, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. But next, I'm going to set this one aside because I pulled out one of my Simon Says Stamp A2 layer masks. Layer masks, that's a hard one to say. And I'm going to work with these stencils to create a little pattern. So let me take my cardstock. Now I've already trimmed this down to 3 3/4 by 5 because I did not want to do any trimming after the fact once I have my paste on. So all I'm going to do is just kind of get it where I can see through. And actually, I wish I would have taped this on the back first, but I just line it up like this first, tape it to hold it, flip it over, and tape it on the back. There we go. Now that will hold it in place. I do have my grip mat that I will use, but for right now, I just needed to make sure that that frame was proper. So let me get the grip mat and my ink. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to use a little tape just to hold this down so this doesn't move, because I can't quite extend it, right, because it's a mini stencil. But I can take this little friend here, let me see, and just create a mask using some acetate. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of blue. This is Marine from Simon Says Stamp, and I don't want it to be super heavy because I'm going to do one layer of my ink, right? And then I'm going to do a layer with the other stencil once I get this down with the sparkle paste. All right, so let's just add some light stars here, and they will be nicely contained inside the boundary of the mask. All right. And now I can just move my stencil to fill out the rest of the pattern. And I think I'll flip it that way because then I think it lines up very nicely. And again, we'll just mask off the top and lay down more stars. And you could do this as many times as you wanted just to get, you know, a completely huge wash of stars. Like you could overlap this, angle it. I'm just getting one layer of this, and then I'm going to bring in the sparkle paste. Maybe it could be a little darker down here. All right, let's see how that looks. Jewels, not tools, Cathy. All right. Ooh, it's cute. So you can kind of see how if you want more stars, you can put more stars in there. I went a little darker down here. Oh, that is so cute. It's a very cute Santa. Now, again, like I said, I could put a few more, but I think, yeah, I don't want to mess with it. All right, let me clean this part up and we'll move on to the next one. Actually, I just had an idea. You know what could be kind of fun is take whatever is left on the brush here and just go so lightly. There's not much. It doesn't look like much, but I think it will show up. And I'm just going to go around the edge and bring in, oh, I got a little, oh no, that's a star. And just bring in a little blue around the edge. And that's going to give it just a little more definition. And I'm just building up really slowly with a light hand. Now, the next step is going to be, let me see here, how am I going to do this? Because I'm going to bring paste in. I am going to use a little more tape because there's a slight gap. And, oh, is this going to work? I think it's going to work. And all I want to do is make sure that I cover the gap. You know, mind that gap. This is really hard. Mind the gap. All right, let's see. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Good. Tim makes me feel like I can try anything. And that's one of the things I love about what he offers to the craft world and encourages people to be creative and have fun. You know, it's just paper, right? Yeah, what does he say? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Gonna love that. Oh, you know what I need? I need some paper towel. So hold on here. I've got some paper towel that I cleaned things off on. And I am gonna dampen it down just a bit so that I can wipe these things off right away. Now the texture paste, I have a big one, but I believe the one that comes in the STAMPtember exclusive, it's a mini. It's a mini. So we're gonna just take a little. I know you don't need much. I've got my little palette knife here, and we're just gonna put some down. Put it down. I'm so nervous when I use this kind of stuff because I'm never 100% sure what I'm doing. But you get what you get. Potching it down. Spreads like creamery butter. Okay. And I feel like I can put this back in the jar because it's not picking up any color. All right. All right. Nice. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is close this up, and I'm going to lift this straight up. I don't even think I got a whole lot on my stencil. Like that. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, that is adorable. I can see them. Next thing I have to do though before is make sure I get these off. Like that. All right. This as well. And then I will lift my stencil right up and go wash everything off. I don't want to leave this drying because there's a little bit there. So let's lift. Oh, so cute. And there you have it. I'm going to let that dry because that is my grounding background for Santa. I did a second panel and I used one of the smaller masks just because I didn't want to have quite as large a masked area for this little guy, right? Because I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to use that. But I love how he is going to break out of that space. And I did a different color. I wish I would have done the same, but I actually thought Seafoam might be better with this because of the rainbow of bulbs. But now, for this friend, when this is dry, I'm going to stamp right onto this card. But for this, I'm going to stamp a greeting and turn it into a little banner. So let me get some cardstock so I can stamp that out. I want to use the little Dear Santa Define Good, and I'm just going to make a little flag out of it. So I've got some black cardstock here, and I'm going to powder this up a little. I'll use my Versamark pad, ink up the greeting, and I think I'll just emboss it in white. Oh yeah, that's gonna look so good. Oh my gosh. The rubber, it stamps so beautifully. All right, taking you out, I'll add my powder, and I am going to use Brutus Monroe Alabaster. Sprinkle a little on and see how it sticks or doesn't stick to the rest of the cardstock. Oh, that looks really good. All right. All right, funnel this back in, and we will clean up and melt the powder. All right, that looks great. I will buff off the anti-static powder and grab a die. I'm just going to use one of my sentiment labels, and I'll cut out a little banner. All right, I trimmed down my little banner using my sentiment labels and one of the notch edges. And now I'll just take my baby trimmer and turn it into a smaller size. Probably line the edge of the letters up right there and hold that down and cut. That way I have a really cute little banner. Now I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go yet, but it's going to be very cute. Okay, moving on. While these things are still drying, because I don't want to put foam on here yet, I am going to bring this back in. Zoom out here a little bit. And I'm just going to stamp this in black ink. I think this would be really, really cute. I'm going to move that right there. There we go. just a little friend right there. And do I have any black ink? Oh, I do. I'll use just this little Gina K cube. And then hit it a couple times. Press. Oh, that's so cute. It's such a cute, sweet little font. I love it. I love lowercase. I think that's adorable. And he's gonna go there. Okay. Now I'm gonna just make sure everything is drying before I put foam tape and build out my cards. I popped both of the panels onto some note cards. This is Harbor cardstock from Concord and 9th, which I thought was actually a really nice match with the marine. So, all right, and here's my idea. I am going to have my little Dear Santa Define Good up here, and then I am going to place him popping out. I love how one foot's in, one foot is out. I think that is really cute. Okay, let me take the backers off of Santa. I'll do one at a time. Get you over here. And I'm going to put a little liquid glue on my foam strips just so that I have a tiny bit of wiggle room before it sticks. Just a little like that. And I also have little foam squares on his feet. Okay. So, okay. One foot's going to be in, one's out. I want him to be right about there. Yep. See, I love when you have a grounding area and then you expand out. It's such a fun way to ground a little image, right? Now here, I actually put some black foam squares on the back. I wasn't sure initially where I was going to put this, but it's kind of nice. They kind of just disappear there. But this, again, going to need a little liquid glue, and I'll do my best to just line it up right here. I think if he's down a little, it's kind of cute, like right there to the hat. And drop that down like that. So it's right on the edge, nice and straight, like that. And of course, you get a little shine in there, which there you kind of catch it in the light, but Dear Santa, Define Good. That's card 1. And now let's finish off this little friend. Again, foam tape on the back. And I just used the same foam tape for everything. This is from Ulta New. And again, we're going to take our liquid glue. Just for a little float time. And I do think I want him at an angle as well, so that part of him is coming out both sides. Question is, do I want him to be out? No, I think I want him to be kind of contained top to bottom, but like that. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more thing, and that is make shiny his nose and balls. Trees, ornaments. Let me grab the pen. I've got this Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen. Now, I haven't used it in a while, so I should make sure that it still does what it... Oh, yeah. It still does what it does, which is make things shiny. Okay, I am just going to color over the ornaments to add a little shine. I almost never do this, and look how... Oh my gosh, already it's so pretty. Just this... I love this pen, too. I feel like it's my favorite of the glitter pens. Very nice, very easy to add. And then because, well, I'm kind of surprised actually that the paint isn't being more disturbed, but I think it's because, I don't know, maybe because I'm not on watercolor paper and it is Distress ink. Let's make that nose shiny. Now you could do something fun like glossy accents here or some other sort of material, but sometimes I feel like when I use glossy accents, that's the death knell for my card. Just never quite works. But that, oh my gosh, it's so cute. You can tilt it. Just make sure you're getting all the shine in there. Oh, that's very shimmery. I think you can, yes, you can see it. Oh, it's shimmery, it's electric. So we have shimmer everywhere on our ornaments. There's a little on the card. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. So those are my finished card projects for the Tim Holtz 2023 collaboration. I hope this reminds you, you don't have to be the world's best artist to just have fun and paint and go with the flow, right? I think these are both really sweet. They turned out lovely. And I'm not, again, there's little areas in here that are kind of messy and messed up. And you know what? Does not matter. That is totally the whimsical look of the illustrations. And well, I'm going to call these cards done. You can find links to all of the products I used today in the YouTube description box. Keep in mind, this is a Tim Holtz exclusive for 2023, and when it sells out, it will be gone for good. However, I hope you can take the inspiration of painting with distress inks and not getting too hung up on the fact that you're not a Picasso, because friends, neither am I. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you, so hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. If you want to see past years of Tim's collabs, I have videos linked below. And again, even though these sets are long since gone, it is really fun for me personally to play with Tim's releases every year.